Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Dawn of War 2 Soulstorm. Before we start this broadcast, we just wanted to alert you to the terrible working conditions and OH&S hazards that the ecclesiarchal servitors have to work under. I mean, that's bad, man.
That's not good.
He doesn't even have a hard hat either.
There is no protective gear there whatsoever. He's just oh, look at that!
See?
Look at that! See what happens? You see what happens?
Oh, another one.
Alive by the skin of his teeth, obviously, but that was not a skin of her teeth, obviously, but yeah, look, it's just, General Gentlemen, look, we support OH&S standards. We want to keep our workers safe.
I think these servitors are gender neutral.
Oh, okay,
They
gender neutral servitors?
Yeah, I don't know. They don't really have much going for them.
Just, since we're casting Sisters of Battle, it's just, you know,
a safe assumption.
Default one way or the other. In any case, Overlords will be, I believe it is Overlords, yes, who are, Overlords playing as our Sisters of Battle, who will have to answer to some sort of government inquiry.
I mean, these servitors are much more masculine, aren't they? So look at those. Where is it? I've lost him now. The broad shoulders.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going bald though, unfortunately, which isn't particularly manly, but it's fine.
It's fine.
I'm just surprised that there aren't solutions to this.
Yeah.
You know, we're in the year 40,000. You'd think by now that they would have come up with some sort of hair renewable. So I was distracted by the crazy missionary. Yeah, these guys are like a crazy.
Yeah, they're pretty nuts. See, I'm starting a fund. It's called Toupees for Servitors. It's it's designed just to make them feel a little bit better about themselves. That's the plan at least. So yeah, please do donate.
Oh wow, look at this. The Seraphim squad's already on the field. Jumps over the middle of the map. Gonna be doing a fair bit of damage against these scouts. It's such a cool unit. They have the double bolt pistols that just YOLO around.
Double bolt pistols are so cool. Just unbelievably cool.
I mean, one of my favorite units in StarCraft 2 was the Reaper, and they're so similar. Actually, very mobile as well. Able to maybe snipe down the servitor.
It's probably the plan.
Won't quite deny the listening post. That would have been really good if they could do it. Yeah, that is so badass.
So they took the servitor down. That's certainly seems to be the intention behind their movement. And on this map, I mean, look at that mobility, insane. Just jumping straight over the center, and they have run themselves into a Space Marine squad. Won't have as much of a fun time there.
Yeah, they're much weaker, both damage and health wise. But disrupting the capping, the scouts had to get forced away, and actually going for maybe the more servitors. Yeah, getting that one down as well. Couldn't actually finish off the scouts, unfortunately, though. But a great start so far. Yeah, there we go. Other servitors wiped. I wonder what's the best unit against these. I suppose what you'd really want is heavy bolters, because you have so much range.
Yeah. I don't think we've seen a Seraphim model drop yet, Machine, I'll be honest. Like,
we're going to see it soon by the looks of things, though.
There we go.
Behind this, you know, decent capping coming out here of the Sisters of Battle player. There's actually two Seraphims now.
Double Seraphim, interesting. Again, it doesn't look like they're going to deny the cap. No! Oh, okay, yeah. Doesn't matter, they're going to be right onto it.
Yeah,
Scouts
neutralizing
away
that.
from this.
Able to prevent the listing post from being built. What you actually can do in Dawn of War 1 is if you build the listing post as soon as you finish capping, and even though you don't actually have the structure finished, it prevents your opponent from decapping it. So if he was quick enough, the Space Marine player could have actually denied that decap. Either way, here, listing post is going to be upgraded to the upgraded listing post. What are they called? I think it's just upgraded listing post. It has the heavy bolter upgrade on that, getting the extra requisition income and the more health as well.
Pretty sure it's Super MLG cool listing post. You'll find, Machine.
So you may want to use the missionary to actually heal the squad up. I believe there is an ability there, the lay hands.
Lay hands, yeah.
Which actually increases the regen. Which
I'm assuming he can attach to Seraphims. I'm not sure whether he will be able to or not.
Right.
Just given the fact that they're jumping around and the missionary is unable to acquire himself.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if he actually can attach. I know he can attach like the standard Sister of Battle squads, but I'm not sure if he can attach to
Or
the
maybe
Seraphims.
maybe he can use the heal without having to be attached to it. Just attaching gives you extra morale.
Yeah,
and such.
as you may be able to tell, we haven't played a lot of Sisters of Battle, so...
Yeah, no, I certainly haven't played Dow 1 in a while, and even then, my Sisters of Battle wasn't that prominent, so our analysis of Sisters of Battle certainly isn't going to be there compared to the Space Marines, at least. I believe with the Seraphims, you need to build the armory, or whatever the equivalent is, the Pristine Sanctuary, so you can't rush them out as quickly, or at least as much. Kind of like Assault Marines, you have to build the armory for those as well.
Yeah.
This may not scale though. I mean, as we see all the listing posts like that, for example, as all the listing posts get built, as we have more squads with more heavy weapons, the mobility is going to be less viable, I suppose, for the Sisters of Battle, the Seraphim, and then we could just see a big counter attack.
Well, yeah, much more limited, I would say, and they certainly can't take a head-on engagement against these TAC Marines. So.
This is kind of a weird map though, because you don't have any movement in the middle, so it is making those jump units much stronger than normal. But you have to really commit to the sides, either on the left or around the right. Wow, that's cool. The double flame. Well, I suppose it's a quadruple flamer, isn't it? So what's the transition here? We actually have a battle sister squad, so not fully committing to the Seraphim, which I do like.
Yeah, big fan. Seems the intelligent choice. Even going for some frag grenades here.
That's clever, actually. That'll disrupt the Seraphims and allow the attack Marines to gun them down. Going for the Chaplain, he's going to getting his armory upgrades as well. I gotta say, after playing so much Company of Heroes 2 and even Dawn of War 2, I do like how there are global upgrades. Yeah. Something that Code 2 and Dow 2 both lack is there aren't global upgrades. I suppose it's fine in Dow 2 because you have so many individual squad upgrades, but in Code 2 I feel like it would benefit from having some more upgrades just to make a bit more interesting decisions. I suppose these are actually really cheap, so they're not really much of a decision, are they? You just kind of get them whenever you can.
Yeah. Yeah, wherever you can afford them, they certainly are worth. It's like big health bonuses, like for Bionics, for example. It's like never worth not going for.
Oh yeah, the infernal pistol on the Seraphim leader. It's actually doing a lot of damage against this listing post. It's going down very quick here. Wow, that was insane. I don't know what that ability is actually. Oh well. But this is actually potentially quite a threat here. Could go for the plasma generators as well. Actually decaps one of them. And we are seeing heavy bolters actually. Heavy bolters and just a plasma gun upgrade.
So this seems to be the correct transition. They're now able to snipe down these outposts, which is nice.
Yeah, and if the Space Marines, if they commit too much, so you could just Seraphims could jump over the middle. Maybe getting a Rhino would be really nice to give more mobility to the Space Marines.
Yeah. Certainly could be a good option. Really no counter to it on the field at the moment. The machine cult has been finished, so...
One of my favorite things about Dawn of War 1 is the animations where they put the flag on the point. It looks really cool. No matter what faction they're playing. It just looks really, really heroic. Especially because it always reminds me of the cutscene. You know the original cutscene in Dawn of War 1? Where the guy like runs up the hill and he's getting shot.
Oh yeah, that's it. That he just like plants the flag and then like all the dropships come down.
Yeah,
or
it's so
it is.
badass.
Yeah, that's so badass. Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite cutscenes of all time. Yeah, that's fantastic. I actually always used to watch that.
I know.
I never used to quit into the game. Yeah, that was brilliant actually. So yeah.
All right, here we go. Deploying both of these squads. We have the Battle Sisters as well, but they're not as strong as the TAC Marines. They don't have the upgrades either. They only have. I think it's 3 slots for the heavy weapons, where the attack Marines can get 5 if you have the upgrade. Or maybe it's 4, but... let's see if he actually collapses upon the Seraphims. But they can jump out. Seraphim... Did you pluralize Seraphim? Seraphims? I don't think so.
No. I don't think you would, yeah. You have a Seraphim squad on multiple Seraphim squads, I think, I believe. So, yeah. Not that I'm the man to ask about pluralizing, but
yeah.
That's what I would assume.
Well, I mean, you're going to be better to ask than MC don't know how to pluralize word.
Probably. You're probably right there, Machine. So Rhino didn't actually want to take that engagement. Rhino's not sure which engagement he wants to take. The driver appears lost.
Yeah, he's maybe using Apple Maps, not really giving him the right directions. This is really late response because now the relic's already been decapped, and these relics actually take quite a while to capture. So getting that one decapped is quite a loss there. However, this jump ability is actually on cooldown now, so this could be a little bit punishing if he redeploys once again. We have the Hellfire Dreadnought being built. That's actually a really nice choice as well. Again, good disruption against the Seraphim.
Yeah. Could potentially be a pretty all-out attack here machine. There we go, jumping out again. Regrouping with the remainder of these units. Rhino going to be coming in now, but there's going to be a Hellfire Dreadnought finishing up soon, machine.
The Celestian squad have the lasguns, so they're actually good against vehicles. So has to focus down the Celestial squad, but they're pretty weak. They only have 5 models, especially with the plasma guns and the heavy bolters. Is he committing to this?
Dreadnought's going to be showing up now as well.
Yeah, wow, look at that, all the damage, the Celestial squad going down pretty quick, actually.
Thunderbolt's getting dropped. Is that Chapel Barracks even low at the moment?
Yeah, it is, actually.
About 50%, but it's not really a big blow losing the Chapel Barracks.
We have a lot of the Faith abilities being used as well here on these Battle Sister squads. Not sure which ones they are, but things are happening. Just wanted to give you that insight, that abilities are being used.
Thanks, Machine. Your insight is pretty next level, bruh. We'll be actually with the Rhino sniped down here, going to be knocking back these tacks. I mean, the rest will be going to take a fair bit of damage. Chapel Barracks is actually quite low now as well.
A lot of grenades being thrown back and forwards, but now that there's only a couple of Celestials left, and they're quite pivotal here because otherwise these double Hellfire Dreadnoughts are just going to completely wreck and disrupt more and more of these the Battle Sisters.
Yes.
Not focusing them though, he's actually going to lose one of them.
You're not really paying attention. Certainly could have kited that one away, and that seems to be enough here. We see the squad's backing away here. Sisters of Battle player.
Look,
H4rd's going to keep running in.
look at the additional income here for the Sisters of Battle. 126 requisition, only 80 on the side of our Space Marine player. So definitely suffering from the harassment and doesn't have as many points capped.
Yeah, plus 50 on the power. Can we compare that to
60.
plus 60? Yeah, and a pretty big power float here as well for Overlords. And a decent amount of faith banked in the bank here as well. Nice faith income as well, obviously having these upgrades to the listing posts. So
yeah, and they all have the whatever the relic thing is
it's like
that gives them income.
Yeah,
Holy Shrine.
Holy Shrine. Yeah, that sounds right. So yeah,
going for a counter attack. This is nice to see. He needs to commit to this a little bit more, but if he can take them down, it'll be very effective and taking them down pretty quick as well. The Hellfire is not amazing anti-building or anti-vehicle, but we actually have the missile launches as well from the Space Marines. That's what he really needs. More counter-attacking from the Seraphim, the harassment. There we go.
it's pretty non-stop. There goes the Composed. It's going to reduce a bit of income here, which is nice.
There's no vehicles yet for the Sisters of Battle, and he has a lot of power, so he should probably get on that.
Yeah, 800 power float machines. Pretty decent.
I suppose
Can afford something nice with that.
there actually is a fair bit of missile launches, so they wouldn't be too effective, but it might be worth it still anyway.
Maybe not now. There's double Hellfire Dreadnought as well. That could potentially be an overinvestment. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, the thing is with Dawn of War 1 is unlike Dow 2. Vehicles are very power heavy and very requisition cheap. Whereas in Dow 2, a Dreadnought's like 400 requisition. Dow 2, they're 150, so they're really cheap if you have the excess power. And Battle Sister's doing a bit of damage here. They have this one of the abilities from the missionary. It turns their bolt into some bolters into some fancy abilities, so they're doing a lot more damage against their Hellfire Dreadnought. So that was really nice to see. This is potentially a very punishing attack here. A lot of missile launches could take down the barracks very quickly. Could take down even maybe the HQ as well, the Ecclesiarchal Chapel. More and more Hellfire Dreadnoughts are being built.
Hey, when one Hellfire Dreadnought works, why not build 4 of them?
Yeah.
Seems to be effective. I mean, there's nothing the Seraphims can do against them.
Well, the Sergeant went down, so there goes the Inferno pistol. Yeah, this is going to be the end of the game.
And
Wow.
it looks like it, Machine. Yeah. Where's the counter at? There's nothing really out on the field.
I suppose that's just kind of the problem with when you have so much of your army being the Seraphim. They're not a really good combat unit directly. So when it comes to a massive engagement, a head-on fight, it's a bit harder to actually trade. I mean, the harassment was really nice, but with all these heavy weapons, all of the upgrades from the armory and the Hellfire Dreadnoughts, it was just a much stronger main army from the Space Marine.
I guess it's kind of the time of the attack there as well that we saw. Overlords kind of going in, looking for an engagement and kind of engaging at long range with Seraphims against like these Tech Marine squads with the Rhino and against the Hellfire Dreadnoughts that were popping out. Both of these Dreadnoughts are going to be sniped down, however.
Yeah, two of them went down.
The final battle could be the third one going down here as well.
Those Celestials are really powerful.
Yeah.
I suppose they're quite weak though, actually. Again, they're only a pretty small squad. But yeah, it's going to be it. GG.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a crazy game. I don't know like what's the best option there, but I feel like definitely some vehicles may have been worth going for there. But again, he had all of the missile launches, so they wouldn't have survived that long. Yeah, maybe double Seraphim was too much. I mean, the one Seraphim was great, but maybe two of them was just a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Or building some minefields would have been good. They're quite cheap. They can stall the army for a fair bit of time.
Also a possibility, but yeah, there was a pretty decent power float there coming in for Overlords, and we saw H4rd really capitalize on that. Yeah, good play. I enjoyed that. That was a fun game.
Yeah, it was interesting. Our apologies for not knowing all these like crazy abilities that just kept happening.
Yeah.
There's all these pretty lights and all these glowing things, and I don't know what these are. We're doing this bit more of a casual approach just for the fun, but I hope you have had some fun watching our video. We certainly have enjoyed the cast here. We'll have more Dawn of War content to come. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And as always, if you do want to support the channel, then you can do so via our Patreon.
Thank you for joining us.
All right, see ya.